Hey up, and welcome to Matt's Mindful Meals. I'm out with my mate Nige down by the river Findhorn, and what we're going to do tonight is going to have a tent camp. So we're going to pop a tent up in a minute, but once we've got sorted, I'm going to make some Sikh kebabs. So these are kebabs made with lamb, loads of spices and some chilli. Anyway, it's time to get the tent set up, so I'll chat to you soon. Well, I'm all set up and I'm quite happy with the tent. It's at Cloud Peak too, so it's going to be the second or third night I've spent in it. Plenty of room and I really like it. I've let myself down though. Forgotten to bring my hair mat with me. So I'm going to be sleeping on the combination of the sand, pine needles and a puffy quilt that I'm going to put underneath, but it's not going to be the comfiest sleep I've had. But never mind, eh? Can't believe I forgot it. Anyway. So what I'll do now is I'll start getting my stuff ready and I'll meet you down by the river where we'll start prepping for tonight's food. So the dry ingredients or the spices that we need for tonight's meal are ground cumin, some dried mint, some chili powder, and as you can see the back there, we've got some ground turmeric. We've also got some harissa paste. Now that's a really spicy paste. It's not like a Mexican paste, it's more Middle East come North African, really nice. And then some concentrated mint, some tomato ketchup and vinegar because we are having chips. And then I've got some flour, I've got an egg and some stock cubes in the back pot. And in this one, as I've said recently, I'm starting to use yogurt rather than mayonnaise. Anyway, I'll show you the vegetable ingredients in a few seconds. So, time for the veg for this week. So I don't know if you can remember the last video I did. I did some of these sweet peppers, thinking they were going to be quite warm. Well, they weren't at all, they were very sweet. However, they're going to be perfect for tonight when I put them on the fire. So we've got one of those each for me and Nige. Potatoes. So we're going to make some chips. And they're not fries, they're chips. Couple of red onions. One's going to be going and getting softened down to go into the kebabs, and one's going to be used for the salad garnish to go on at the when it's all finished. That's the same for the tomatoes. They're going to be added when, so they're going to be cold and they're going to be served with the bread and the chips. Another tomato. The star of the show is some minced lamb. Don't want that all to fall over. And red cabbage as well. I don't know what it is. Whenever I've gone for a kebab, it's never great unless you've got some red cabbage to go with your salad. And the thing that I have to go in near enough anything that I cook, big chilies. 3 of those. And a bulb of garlic. Anyway, it's time to start chopping this veg up. need to do now is to get this lit, which is the Firebox Freestyle, so then I can fry the spices off. And while that's doing, I'll be able to get the chips ready. So what you want to do is get the garlic and onions all frying off in the oil. So, time to pop that in. You want these to be nice and soft when they're in with the meat of the kebab. Time to get some chips made. Okay, so I'll put them away now because I don't need them for a little while. Pay more attention to this. So inside this, ground cumin from earlier on. Quite a bit of that. Just going to flavour the meat. I know we've got 2 chilies in there, 3 chilies actually, but we can have a bit of chili powder. Dried mint. Mint goes really well with lamb. Some of the harissa paste. See how hot that is. That's quite spicy. It's got like a tomatoey and aniseed flavour. Really nice. I think I'll be using that more often. So give this a stir. Stir that through. Now this is just to add flavour to the lamb mince. Cook that through a little bit more. Basically until the mess runs out in there. And then what I'll do to that is I'll add this lamb mince. While I'm waiting for that though, I've got my natural yogurt here. And one of my favourite things when I go to an Indian restaurant or I go to a kebab house is I have either garlic mayonnaise or mint mayonnaise. Especially if I'm having lamb, I'll definitely have the mint mayonnaise. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a healthier version. So I've got natural yogurt in there and a teaspoon, well half a teaspoon of salt. So what I'm going to do now is just add, now this is the mint sauce that you get, that you have on your Sunday dinner. If you're anything like me, I have loads of this. It's not coming out quick enough. So let's get that off. So good old dollop of that in there. Oops. Moving around a bit. So this is ground turmeric. This adds a nice colour to it. And if you have it in a little while before, actually softens the flavour of the turmeric too. So this is going to change the colour of it and add a little bit of a flavour. So give this a stir around. So I don't know if you can see it yet, but it's going green and yellow. See that, you'll get to see it later on, but that's the kind of colour I like anyway. So it's like gold really. Anyway, you'll see it a bit later. Right, so this is nicely cooked off. There's plenty of chilli going in that. So what I want with that now is to cool down, and then I'm going to add the lamb to it. So I'll bring you back once I've mixed all that together, and I'll show you my skewers. So I'm back. This is cooled down now, so I can mix it all in quite well. I've set up my Freestyle stove as the two together, so it makes one big fire pit. And then I've also set up a normal firebox that I'm going to cook the chips on in a minute. But I've moved them away from here because I'm going to be doing hot oil, so I don't want any chance of it knocking over. Anyway, let's get on with these kebabs. So I've wiped my hands down with disinfectant. So you get hold of the raw lamb mince and just drop it in. I can go in my bin. And I've just been all the way over there to get a spoon. Anyway, so now it's time to just mix this through. Okay, so now I've got it in one consistent lump. What we need to do is add some flour to it. Not loads, it's just to make it bind together, because if you don't, it tends to fall off. It might fall off anyway tonight, but what I'm going to do, I'll sprinkle this on. That's plenty. Okay, so that's probably what on there, a tablespoon at the most. So now the best way is to get your hands in and then mix it together. So I'll definitely bring you back next time when it's time for the skewers. So that's fully mixed in now, and you'll notice if you do this that it goes a lot more sticky once that flour's in. Maybe it's the gluten in the flour that makes it really sticky. But yeah, it's definitely stuck more on my hands now than when I was mixing it together without it in. So break it into 4 chunks. And what we'll do now is get one of the skewers. And basically make a big, long sausage. Try not to make them too wide though, because the weight of the meat once it's cooking will start to fall off. So you need to try and make them quite long and narrow. There you go, 4 kebabs ready for going on. So I'll bring you back when I've got the oil up to temperature and I start putting the chips in. Catch you soon. So as you can see, the fires are well going now. So I don't think it'll be too long until I can put the chips in. The chips will take probably a little bit longer than it will to do the kebabs. So the the wood that's burning where the kebabs are going to get cooked, that'll need a little bit of time to go down. But I'll just check on this. There we go, it's ready, so I'll put a few in. Oh, very hot. And if the chips hit the sand, they stay in there. So keep your eye on your chips. Now I like frying my chips twice. Gets them a little bit crunchier. So when I've done them for about 10 minutes, I'll pop them in here. And then when the kebabs are more or less done, I'll put them back in there to finish them all off. Okay then, so chips are halfway done. So I've just put the first 2 kebabs on. Fire's still a little bit too high for them, to be honest. I'll give them the first turn around. Actually, no, they're doing all right. What I'll do is put the next one on. Because it's like any meat really, they need a good rest when it's cooked, and all the juices seem to like really come out of it then, because I don't know whether it relaxes or not. But I'll keep them going, and I'll get the chips on when I think these are best part done. And then while it's resting, I've got the breads that it's going to go into. I'll toast them on here. So the oil's getting hot again, so I can put these back in. Oh no! Oh, Matt. Oh no. So that is disaster number 1. So one of the meats is fell off the kebab. So we've got 3 between us now.
Yeah, you're going to have to just keep them flat, aren't you?
So I think Nigel's going to have 1. I do need to put a bit more wood on though. So I'll break this. Oh no. Oh. Nightmare. But it doesn't always go right, does it? So I need some more wood. Get some more flames going to finish those 2 off. So we're definitely going to have a plan B, because the 3rd one fell off and fell in, and I can't risk the last 2. They look great, but they're not quite cooked all the way through. So I'm going to pop them on the pack, pop them off the skewers, put them onto this. Whoops. There we go. So to stop them sticking. That's a shame. So we'll slide them off. They smell absolutely fantastic though. There's the skewers. And I've got a rack to warm the bread through in a minute. Chips are coming on lovely. As soon as the breads are warmed through, ready for dishing up. So I'll catch you in a little bit when I've set it all out. So, welcome to Matt's Kebab House. Najee's going to go first. Right then, come to the kebab house. I'll serve you your dinner. So Najee's got the tomato and cheese bread. So, here's your bread. Open as that pot, right? Here's your kebab. Sweet pepper. You're going to have some salad. I know it's against your religion, Nige. Move these out of the way. Bit of tomato. Let's move that out of the way. Do you want chips?
Go on then, let's give the chips a try.
Nice and crispy. So, do you want some of the mint yogurt?
No.
You don't want mint yogurt? What about the harissa? That's quite... If you hold that. It's really tangy. I'll pop it along your kebab. Okay. Salt and vinegar?
No, I'm good.
Right, I'll just make mine and then I'll show you some photographs of what tea was like. So I'll catch you in a bit. Matt's Wild Camping Seek Kebab with chips, salad, mint yogurt and harissa sauce, all by the river. Right then, we just finished this tea. I couldn't finish it. By the time I finished cooking, I wasn't hungry anymore. However, it did taste great. Anyway, so we're going to go for the thumbs up or thumbs down. So 1, 2, 3, big thumbs up from me and Nige. I'm going to give it, well, to be honest, I'm a bit gutted because nigh on half of the kebabs went in the thing, even though I'd done all I could to try and fix it. So I'm a bit gutted with myself. So I'm going to give it a 6 for how it turned out, but probably a 9 for taste. So it's a bit complicated. 6 because it fell off, so it did me head in, but 9 for the taste. So that's my scores. What about you, Nige?
It was a 9. It was really tasty. The chips were great. First time I've ever had chips.
Chips.
The chips
By the river,
by
mint.
the river, cooked on. First time I've had chips cooked on an open fire. Really good. Triple cooked. Yeah, it can't be bad. Definitely do them again.
Triple cooked. They meant to be double cooked or triple cooked, but they ended up being triple cooked because it took so long for sort of the kebabs out. So it was an accident, but it's good. And anyway, we'll get ourselves all tidied away and watch a film tonight. And I might see you in the morning. Anyway, if not, thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and give it a big thumbs up. Take care of yourselves, and I'll speak to you soon. Ciao!
Bye.
Well, good morning. It's time for make a coffee and then get some bacon rolls on the go. It was quite a nice night. the wind died down really well and it didn't really rain. Spitted a few times. But yeah, forgetting my air mat was a bit of an issue. So it wasn't the best night's sleep. However, still a great night out with your mates. And the food was great too. Anyway, we'll have this coffee and enjoy your morning and then get ourselves packed up. And I'll see you next time. So if you've enjoyed this, please subscribe and give it a like. And I'll see you next time. Ta!